This is my 14th CAS reflection video, and in it I would be reflecting upon my experience working at the Pok-e-Jo's booth at the University of Texas football stadium, and how I, 1, increased awareness of my strengths and areas for growth, 2, took on new challenges, 3, worked collaboratively with others, and 4, developed new skills. The Anderson High School Trojan Band has a Pok-e-Jo's concession stand at the University of Texas football stadium, and at all home games, members of the Trojan Band and their family get to the stadium about 2 hours before kickoff to prepare for the game. And that includes making barbecue sandwiches, popping popcorn, counting inventory, and all that good stuff. And during the game, we worked together to serve customers, and I'll talk about exactly how we worked together in Learning Outcome 3. And after the game, we clean the facility, we count the inventory, and all that good stuff. So, sorry, I really needed a drink. My experience in the working for the Pok-e-Jo's booth increased awareness of my strengths and areas for growth tremendously. My strengths include working well with strangers, and in this case, the strangers are represented by the customers. So I was able to positively communicate messages to them. It also showed that I am very good at working together with a group of people. My largest area for growth, I would say, is being able to multitask. So not quite devoting so much time to quality, but rather an equal amount of devotion to quality and quantity. So time is absolutely of the essence in this sense. I, as an individual, would rather spend 2 hours on one assignment and perfect it than 1 hour on 2 assignments just to knock both of them out of the way rather quickly. And while that usually seems to be a rather positive asset of an individual, in this case, in such a demanding atmosphere as far as the customer's requests are concerned, it was just as important to ensure that we were working quickly as well as efficiently. I took on new challenges by volunteering for this booth simply by working in this type of an environment. I, as a teenager, have never had a job, so this really set it all into perspective for me as far as what it's like to have a job in the food industry, and let me tell you, it is an absolutely demanding industry, and it's definitely something that I was not expecting, and now I kind of know more along the lines of what I should expect in the future. I worked collaboratively with others by communicating to the other volunteers as well as the customers throughout the game. Volunteers fulfill a number of jobs within the concession stand, including working the cash register and taking orders, to making sandwiches, to filling drinks, to restocking condiments, to popping popcorn, and everything in between. And none of those jobs can be accomplished simultaneously without cooperation. So I personally worked the cash register, so when a customer came up and made an order, I communicated to the sandwich maker what type of sandwich they wanted. I communicated to the person that was at the drink station what kind of drinks they wanted. I told the popcorn lady how many bags of popcorn they wanted, and all that good stuff. And I also worked with the customers themselves in the sense that I was patient with them for those of them that kind of got up to the front of the line and hadn't quite thought about what they wanted to order yet. So I worked with a large number of people during this experience. And finally, I developed new skills, and I would say that the skills that I developed from this experience are absolutely applicable to daily life, particularly for someone who works in a fast food industry, or anything like that. I learned how to deliver satisfaction to customers. I learned how to convey messages positively. I learned how to work with others. I learned how to work efficiently and or I learned how to work efficiently both in a qualitative sense and a time sense. So that is also something that will benefit me as an individual in the future tremendously.